I'm Alice, and I'm the Deputy National Judge-in-Chief at the Canada-wide Science Fair, or CWSF. In this video, I'll walk you through what happens during judging. Your region's delegates, or the CWSF ambassadors, should be able to answer any questions you still have after watching this video. During the 2 days of judging at the CWSF, there are many kinds of judging. I will break things down by day, although some of the day 2 judging activities follow on from things that happened on day 1. Now, let's talk about what happens before the fair. Before the fair, you are allowed to nominate your project for up to 3 special awards. Before the Canada-wide Science Fair, expert judges will look at the nominations to ensure that they're appropriate. For example, if you nominated your project for a Canadian Acoustical Association award, your project must have something to do with acoustics, the science of sound. If it doesn't, we'll remove your project from the list for this award. This process ensures that we'll be judging projects that are eligible for each award, which helps speed up things on Tuesday when we do the special awards judging. If your project is screened out for a special award, you will be advised before the fair. It's really important to understand that these judgments are only related to the fit of your project with a special award. They're not about the quality of your project. Now let's discuss Monday judging. The first judging day, Monday, is entirely devoted to excellence judging, which determines the medal winners. In each of the junior, intermediate, and senior grade categories, there are 10 gold, 20 silver, and 30 bronze medal available. Judging on day 1 is scheduled. You will receive your judging schedule ahead of time, so you will know exactly when you need to be at your display. It is extremely important that you be at your display at the scheduled times because we may not be able to reschedule interviews if you miss one. Although it would be very unusual, if a judge has not arrived within a couple of minutes of a scheduled judging time, please let one of the ambassadors know, and we will make sure that the problem is corrected. During Monday's judging, your project will be judged 4 times. Judging teams will be multidisciplinary, so plan your display and presentation for a general scientific audience, not just for experts. We would like to use multidisciplinary teams at CWSF for several reasons. Some projects cross-disciplinary boundaries, so with multidisciplinary judging teams, there is a better chance that we will be able to send judges who will have expertise in different aspects of your project. But perhaps more importantly, being able to explain your work to a scientist from a different discipline is an important skill, and one that we test by including scientists from various disciplines on your judging team. The judging periods on Monday are 20 minutes long. We expect you to take about 7 minutes to present your project to each judge. The remaining 13 minutes are for questions and conversations between you and the judge. If your presentation significantly exceeds 7 minutes, a judge may need to interrupt you to ask questions, so plan your presentation accordingly. The judges will have already reviewed your project board, and they can ask questions about anything you're curious about. So your presentation does not need to hit every detail of what you have done. Once the 20 minutes are up, the judges need to move along, so you must be at your project and ready to present as scheduled. If you arrive late, the judge will still have to leave when scheduled time has run out. If something unexpected happens that requires you to leave your display when you have judging coming up, please let one of the ambassadors know. They can relay the information to the judge admin team, who will do their best to find another time for you to be interviewed. The ambassadors will be in the project zone throughout the judging times. You should feel free to approach any ambassador with your questions or concerns. The judges will be busy and have limited knowledge of CWSF operations, so the ambassadors are much better sources of information for your questions. Now, moving to Tuesday judging. On day 2, Tuesday, we have both scheduled and unscheduled judging. The other difference from day 1 is that judging rounds are much shorter, just 10 minutes. The scheduled judging on day 2 is all related to special awards. Special awards judging generally involves teams of 2 to 3 judges, each of whom will normally visit you individually. Given how short the judging periods are, you should have a 2 to 3 minute elevator pitch prepared. If you like, you can prepare a different pitch for each special award. Remember, you will know before the fair which special award you'll be judged for. It is essential that you keep your presentation short so that judges have time to discuss your project with you. The unscheduled judging serves several purposes, but if it helps you prepare, think of it as related to excellence judging. Have a 2 to 3 minute introduction to your project ready to go. These judges may not have had the opportunity to look at your project board, so your elevator pitch needs to get them excited about the science or engineering challenge you have taken on. Judges carrying out unscheduled judging will work around the scheduled special award judging, but otherwise they could show up at any time. If you have to take a break, say go to the washroom, that's okay. If you're not there, the unscheduled judges will come back later. It is helpful to let the finalists around you know where you're going and how long you're likely to be away so they can pass that information along to any judges who stop by. In the last hour of judging, it's probably a good idea to stay at your project as much as possible, since there is less opportunity for judges to find you again before time runs out. Because of the unscheduled judging, judges may visit you even if you have no scheduled special award judging. But if you don't see any unscheduled judges, that doesn't mean you didn't win a medal. Some medal decisions are already settled at the end of day 1. So be prepared for things to be a bit unpredictable on day 2, and don't try to read too much into how many judges visit your project. And now for the fun part, conversations with judges. While a big part of the role of the judges is to evaluate your project, it's best to think of your time with the judges, whether it's Monday or Tuesday, as a conversation. You should definitely prepare presentations for Monday and Tuesday, but don't think of these as monologues. Some judges will likely interrupt with questions, and of course, you can use tricks like the Socratic method, asking questions that lead a judge to a particular point to make your presentation interactive. While you should be prepared to adapt as the conversation develops, that's not a reason not to have a well-rehearsed presentation. You should know what you're going to say in the long and short presentations on Monday and Tuesday. Think it through, time yourself, and make sure that what you're going to say fits within the allotted time. 7 minutes on Monday and 3 minutes on Tuesday. If you're worried about being nervous and forgetting something during the presentation, remember that you can always look at your display for reminders of key points you want to get across. Putting the matter another way, your display is there to help you as much as it's there to help visitors to your project. It will occasionally happen that a judge asks a question that you don't know the answer to. In part, the judge will try to find the limits of your knowledge. It's part of the process, and it's completely okay to say you don't know something. These moments can sometimes initiate really interesting discussions with the judges. I will leave you with one last thought about judging. Sometimes something I say to my university students when they have to present their research project. Nobody at the CWSF knows your project better than you do. Remember that and think of your interactions with the judges as conversations among scientists rather than examinations. I hope this gives you an idea of what is going to happen during the 2 days of judging at the Canada-wide Science Fair. On behalf of the CWSF judging team, I wish you good luck. We look forward to meeting you and talking with you about your project.